Good evening, everyone, and welcome here for round 23 of the schedule. 8 races remain on the 2019 championship season, and we have the biggest point lead we have seen all season long. Jordan Davis last week came away with the second win of the season and extended the championship lead to 31 points over Ryan Griffin, 34 points over Dejon Weeks, and 61 points over Jeffery Finguy. Dylan Young's a little ways back as well, but it's been the biggest point lead we've seen. And how do our championship contenders respond coming to this race weekend? Well, Jeffery Finguy takes pole position for this afternoon. Great to see for this guy. Jeffery Finguy really was down in the dumps after last race, where he lost a lot of points after being wrecked on lap 1, turn 1. See, Jesse Turner also got a penalty from that incident. He qualified 3rd. He'll start 13th due to a grid penalty. And some other drivers also getting a grid penalty, as Ryan Acosta will start dead last for this race. So, some news headlines coming in this race as well. Will Lewis has been released from Horizon Group, and Jeffrey Lynn has been promoted to drive the 76 car for the remaining 8 races of the schedule. So, looking at some more news as well, Jeff James in the 34 car. He is starting a little ways back in the 34, but Jeff James getting ready and set for the 2020 season will race in the majority of the races remaining for the season. He's in the 34 car. James Richardson will race in the 14 car for a few select races to complete the year. But as we focus for the 32-lap event, Jeffery Finguy on pole position, Jordan Davis starting 7th, and Ryan Griffin starting 5th, Dejon Weeks starting down there in 16th. How is the championship going to unfold? Let's get ourselves down to start it off. As we get set and ready to go racing, how about DJ Curtis? A lot of drivers qualified very well up here that usually don't ever qualify that well. Curtis 2nd. What a run for him. Nick Mace is up there as well with Jake Bassinger. How can they fare? Hero Motorsports looks very good. They're nose to tail on the inside line there too. Jordan Davis has Ryan Griffin, who is 2nd in the championship, right in front of him. Luis Hernandez for Curtis Racing also qualified very well as they make the run up the hill. A lot of cars actually stacking up a little further back, but we're getting ready to go racing for round 23. Finguy needs a win this afternoon. He desperately needs to do something as we rise up the hill. The green flag is about to go in the air. We're racing at Road America. Looks like further back, somebody may have had issues because there's a big string of guys there. But Curtis really didn't get a good start. Bassinger alongside of him. Side by side, wow, Nick Mace is there trying to get the inside of Bassinger. 3 wide with Jordan Davis is in the middle. Bobby Jones the inside of Jake Bassinger. But Jordan Davis there with Eric DeMax. 3 wide off of turn 2. And Jordan Davis and Ryan Griffin side by side. Whoa, there's a car out in the grass there. It looked like Caleb Hoffman. But further up, the Works car and the sister team are side by side. Jake Bassinger and Zayden Davidson. Door to door is a 3 wide with Griffin and Davis. Lap 1 of the race, you got to get everything you can. And Ryan Griffin, who has struggled on the road courses, has to get his elbows out with Jordan Davis. He needs to try and finish ahead of him and get as much points as possible. But Davis squeezes out in the middle. There he goes. And Ryan Griffin gets a good exit as well. Gonna run him back down, try and fight him. Further down the track, Jake Bassinger holds off Eric DeMax. Eric DeMax, whoa, contact with Jordan Davis. Davis wide, really loose after the contact there with Eric DeMax. And here comes Griffin, back to the inside of Jordan Davis. Further up ahead, no rail. Oh, Jake Bassinger turns Zayden Davidson sideways. And Zayden Davidson has a ton of damage there. And Jordan Davis is still racing Ryan Griffin. And he gets out ahead of him, but Zayden Davidson had a great qualifying effort and a great opening lap until then. Jake Bassinger, affiliate teammate, gets in the rear end and spins him out. And on lap 1 of the race, Zayden Davidson, tough break for him, and he's had a pretty tough stretch of races recently, and this looked like it was a very promising one, but he is on pit road. End of lap 1, Jeffery Finguy led lap 1, DJ Curtis is still right in the back bumper. And Curtis, for Curtis Racing, they've had great speed all race weekend. Can he turn that into a win today? He gets very loose in turn 2. Almost lost the back end of that race car. Nick Mace is up into 2nd place now. And Bobby Jones looking to get up to 3rd place. So DJ Curtis really lost out after a wheel hop down in turn 2. A little further back in the field, Hayden Klein has gotten into a crash, and it's right here with Jeff James up in the wall, and Joseph Strigley in the 59 car also hits Klein, and around he goes. Here's a replay of what happened with Zayden Davidson in the 13 car. He was really tight, and Jake Bassinger tried to get the inside of him and turned him into the wall, and I'm sure there's going to be a big discussion over that one right there. Ryan Griffin looks like he wants to take a peek to the inside of Eric DeMax, and there he goes. Griffin not good on the road courses. He has struggled on the road courses this year, but last race he finished 2nd at Bathurst, and it was a very needed 2nd place. However, he lost points because Davis won the race, and Griffin in the 43 moves his way past Eric DeMax in the 6 car. Jesse Turner in the 17 car looking to get past as well. He's in 9th. Dejon Weeks has worked his way into the top 10. He's looking to get around Jesse Turner as they make the run down into the heavy braking zone. Here they go. And here comes Weeks to the inside of Jesse Turner. Makes contact there with Eric DeMax, but DeMax is able to hold on. DJ Curtis is continuing to fall through the field little by little. And here comes Jake Bassinger, who has worked his way around Bobby Jones. Bassinger, who is up into 4th place, looking to get 3rd from DJ Curtis. Curtis in the 8 car has looked very good, but how is the long run pace going to uphold for the 8 car this afternoon? Curtis right now doesn't look like he's able to get up and go as good as I thought he would be able to. But Curtis slots back behind in the 4th position. Nick Mace has ran down Jeffery Finguy here. Finguy really needs to win this afternoon. He's got a pretty good lead to 3rd place, but Nick Mace is his biggest challenger right now. As for the championship leader, Jordan Davis looking to get around Bobby Jones. Jones's car looks like he's struggling a little bit. Davis goes off in the gravel a little bit there, and man, he was trying to get up into 5th place and nearly lost the race car. Bobby Jones able to hold on for right now. Davis is trying to get as much cars in between him and Ryan Griffin as possible. Lap 1 in the race, we've seen that a car went off in the grass. I didn't get a replay of it, but here it is. Caleb Hoffman was the car that got turned sideways. Zachary Fitzwater turned Hoffman into Williams. Williams, he bounced off of Williams over into the grass and was lucky to not crash out. Hoffman keeps on going. Here comes Jake Bassinger back to the inside of DJ Curtis looking to take this position away, and Jordan Davis looks like he's finally going to make do with Bobby Jones as well. Bassinger is up into 3rd place, and Curtis down to 4th, and Davis is now into the top 5. And look at this, Eric DeMax is looking like he wants to get after Ryan Griffin here, looking to try and take 7th place away, but he's looking very antsy there. He's looking to try and go around the outside of Ryan Griffin. That's a very bold move by Eric DeMax. Griffin covered the inside line, but Eric DeMax, he's very good on the road courses, so here he is. If he can make this work around the outside, he may have a chance at doing this. And Eric DeMax, can he do it? Griffin trying to pinch him down a little bit. Griffin off in the dirt a little bit, but Eric DeMax getting his elbows out, wanting to make sure he takes this position away. Hanging around the outside, Eric DeMax looking real racy this afternoon. And here he is back to the inside. This could be his line. And Ryan Griffin struggling a little bit with his handling as he falls down to 8th place. We're hearing that Dejon Weeks has a problem with his engine. Dejon Weeks is down on power in the 38 car. He is losing power of that 38 car. Dejon Weeks, 2 weeks in a row that he has problems. And Dejon Weeks, you can see all the cars going by him. The Yamp Motorsports Ford is down on power, and Weeks, he is a long ways from home, and it is going to be a tough break for him this afternoon. Oh man, you got to feel for Dejon Weeks, a championship contender coming in. This could possibly take him out of it this afternoon. And we hear that he got rear-ended by Caleb Hoffman here. They were racing nearly 3 wide, and Caleb Hoffman ran in the back of Dejon Weeks. And Hoffman got some damage there. And Dejon Weeks in the 38 Skittles Ford, his 2019 championship campaign has taken another turn for the worst. Well, with Dejon Weeks falling outside the top 10, Chris Dodd has been promoted into the top 10 after a pass by Luis Hernandez. And Luis Hernandez, that Curtis Racing team, has really brought some good race cars for this race weekend. But Hernandez falls down to 12th, and Rodriguez is going to try and do what he can with Chris Dodd. Dodd has been very well in the road courses as of late, doing pretty decent, but he's getting pushed into the corner by Matthew Rodriguez. He's going to do all he can to keep him back. It's going to be a tough afternoon for Ryan Acosta this race. He just got past Jeffrey Lynn. He's into the top 25. And Acosta in the 45 Dodge, who started plumb last. He's got a ways to go, and Fitzwater got off in the dirt a little bit. No harm, no foul. But Acosta, a penalty that pretty much cost him a qualifying position, pretty much dead last. It's going to be a tough afternoon for him as he continues to try and march his way up to the front. This is some exciting racing deeper in the pack. These guys in the 30s really be racing each other hard. Josh Crash in the 29 car racing Caleb Hoffman, Jack Halleck. They're racing here for the 33rd position, and Crash is under fire from Hoffman and Halleck. They both overdrive the corner, and Crash is going to try and get back out ahead of them. And Caleb Hoffman and Jack Halleck, look at Halleck shoving Hoffman down in the corner. They're 3 wide there. Crash not bowing down. They're 3 wide into the winding right-hander here. And Crash comes out ahead again of Caleb Hoffman and Halleck. Ball Bouchard in the 61 Cloud9 colors off the track. And Bouchard, he doesn't hit the tires. Wow, that is a miracle there for the Cloud9 team. Jeffery Finguy has his hands full. He needs to win this race this afternoon. He needs a win. Both drivers out here racing hard. They retire at the end of the year. Mace and Finguy. This is going to be their final season, and Mace wants to go out with a win. Finguy does too. Neither driver won a race so far this season. Mace to the inside of Finguy. Finguy has the straightaway power. Mace gets sideways. And Mace is going to have to regroup and try again. Nick Mace has blown the motor. Nick Mace's engine has blown up here. Oh my goodness, what a heartbreak for Nick Mace. Nick Mace has not had a good year whatsoever. Nick Mace is outside the top 15 in points and has really struggled this year. He came across the line first at Road Atlanta, but a disqualification ruled him out as a race winner, so he did not get qualified as the winner at Road Atlanta. And Nick Mace is still searching for that first win this season, and an engine lets go on lap 7 while battling for the lead. And what a tough break, because right now Finguy has about a 4-second lead over Bassinger. And Nick Mace was really going for it. And I think he missed a gear. He might have shifted down instead of up. And Nick Mace is out of the race. Such a tough break for Nick Mace. You gotta feel for him. It's been a tough break. It's been a tough year for him. And Jordan Davis, it's been a great year for him. Moved from Mace Enterprises last year to Yant Motorsports. 19 top 10s, looking for a 20th top 10 in the 23 races so far. And Davis side by side with Curtis. This would be for 4th place. Or actually, it'd be for 3rd place now. Davis moves past DJ Curtis. He tries to clear himself, but Curtis is still there. Curtis trying to fight back in the 8 car, but that fight is not his right there. He's going to have to fall back in line. Bobby Jones, Hero Motorsports, has really brought a pretty good car for this afternoon. Oh, and Curtis sideways there. Going to lose that position to Bobby Jones and possibly to Eric DeMax as well, as here it comes to Max. He's going to get that position from DJ Curtis. DJ Curtis continues to struggle with this race car as the run goes on. Griffin in the 43, Kyle Collins look like he is out of the running. He's on pit road, but Ryan Griffin makes a very big pass for him. He's up into 6th place, a little further up. Lap cars are in the way. Stephen Jenkins in the 05 car. Looks like he's been into some troubles in that 05 machine. He's got a lot of front end damage. He don't even have a hood on his race car. But right here, the race per second is about 4 seconds, or 3.5 seconds from Bassinger back to, from Finguy back to Bassinger. So Bassinger doesn't look like he has the pace to run down Jeffery Finguy at this rate. Finguy has had a very good race car, and he's looking to finish it off. Here's what happened with Stephen Jenkins racing Charlie Smith for the 30th position, and looks like Charlie Smith just comes right back over the circuit to me. That's what it looked like. That was a vicious wreck there with Charlie Smith in the 47. Here's what happened to Kyle Collins. He was running in the 19th position, and he just goes wide. Picked up the gas a little too soon. and slides right into the tire barrier and goes out of the running. At least he'll fall out of the race for multiple laps down as that crew makes repairs. The race for second place is on, though. Jordan Davis in the one car and Jake Bassinger, they've been going at it, but Bassinger's been very defensive. But here comes Davis to the inside. The championship leader throws it up the inside. And Finguy out front does not want to see that one car gaining more points. He wants to be gaining back ground in the championship mix. But Davis is up into second place. He has been on a fantastic run of races as of late, ever since, when was it? Ever since that last race at Barber, when he finished outside the top 10, he has had nothing but top 4 finishes. He's been so good. Jordan Davis, Jake Bassinger goes wide there. Bobby Jones continues to hold off Eric DeMax and Ryan Griffin. Griffin continuing to look any which way he can around Eric DeMax. DJ Curtis has fell down to 7th, like we mentioned. Jesse Turner's there at 8th. Matthew Rodriguez in 9th, and Chris Dodd still in the top 10. With Dylan Young in the 11th position. Harpo, DeLeo having a good run with Williams there. And Acosta has made his way up into the top 15. It's been a great run for him so far, with Fitzwater there in 16th. 17th, Hernandez. Then it is Fisher, Sanford, and Schwellenberg. A very poor showing for Schwellenberg. Then Arndt, Shelley as they race here with TJ Martin over James Richardson. And then the first race back for Jeffrey Lynn in the 76 colors. A different look of scheme as well. But Jeffrey Lynn running in the top 25 position for his first race back. He's not really known as a road ringer, so trying to get some seat time at least as well, with Johnny Gardner there, then Hoffman, Caps, and then Bouchard and Davidson make up the top 30. And we're hearing that Cody Lamas has fell out of the race, and this is how it happened. Ryan Acosta hooks him into the tire barrier, very similar to how the Stephen Jenkins and Charlie Smith incident played out. But Cody Lamas was running in the top 15, and he is out. Jesse Turner looks like he's going to be able to get this position done on Ryan Griffin. He's ran him down, and he is up another position. Ryan Griffin had to have made a mistake because Curtis has also went by. Here's how it happened. Ryan Griffin got a run on Eric DeMax, and he was looking to get around him. Eric DeMax is not the easiest person to pass here, and Eric DeMax covered off the position, and it looked like Ryan Griffin just lost the car. And there went DJ Curtis, and he went off into the gravel, and that allowed Jesse Turner to get the run on him to go up the hill and make that pass for 7th place, and Ryan Griffin goes from 6th down to 8th. The leaders are all on pit road. DJ Curtis actually stays out, and I believe this is a strategy to get Curtis to try and do the overcut. That usually works a whole lot in these races, a whole lot recently. The overcut has been the way to go. Finguy was the first to come down pit road, and practically everyone came down pit road. Finguy leaves pit road first. Where is Jordan Davis? There he goes. Jordan Davis in that one car. He will leave pit road in 2nd place. Jake Bassinger 3rd. And look at this, Eric DeMax. Is he going to beat Bobby Jones out there side by side? Who's going to beat who out? Eric DeMax's side by side has to give way, and Bobby Jones gets out ahead of Eric DeMax. Matthew Rodriguez had been running inside the top 10, but I believe he pitted a lap earlier, and he has lost out on some time to Chris Dodd and Dylan Young and Sean Harple. Eric DeMax is alongside Bobby Jones up the hill, and Eric DeMax, he is so good at making those passes happen on the outside. And Eric DeMax moves up another position. I think that's up for 4th place. It's become here with lap 20 out of 32. DJ Curtis, that strategy really did pay off for him. The overcut has worked a whole lot in these races recently, and I'm surprised about that one. Curtis is up into 3rd position. He had fell back a good bit, but he is back up here. Pit stops have happened, and the drivers have what they have, and they have to roll with it, and they have to keep on going. Curtis is up to 3rd. DeMax is in 4th now. They've made great calls and been able to jump these guys a good bit. Jake Bassinger is down to 5th. Jesse Turner's there in 6th. He's made a great jump up the field there, Jesse Turner did. And Ryan Griffin still running right there in the 7th position. Bobby Jones has made a big drop. He's down to 8th. Battle ongoing again in the top 5. Jake Bassinger has 5th. His teammate, Jesse Turner, looking for his 3rd top 5 finish of the year. Turner has been pretty good on the road courses this year. That's where he's got his best finishes at all season long. And Turner and Bassinger, door to door, nose to nose. There they go. Wow. Jake Bassinger and Jesse Turner, they're racing each other really hard for this spot. And Turner is wanting to take it away and try and move up to 5th. Turner and Bassinger are like right on top of each other in the championship standings. They both have moved up into the top 10 in points. And they've really made some great changes over there at that team. They have gotten better and better. And since Bassinger won at Surface Paradise, I mean, they have been on the money. They have been very good, and they've been top 5 race cars, and it's good to see these guys back up here at the top end of the grid and doing a great job. Curtis in the 8 car is still holding 3rd over Eric DeMax. TJ Martin, it has not been a good race weekend for him. He slides off the course, and he's going to join the others in the tire barrier as well. And Turner Performance Racing has 2 cars running very well and 2 cars that have really had miserable showings this race. We're hearing that Stephen Jenkins has fell out of the race, and we're getting a replay, and it looks like the leader, Jeffery Finguy, was not happy with being held up and rear-ended Stephen Jenkins, and off the course goes Stephen Jenkins and into the tire barrier. And that may be looked over on Jeffery Finguy. Wow, just completely threw Jenkins off the course in the 05 car. And Bobby Jones's day has gone from good to not really good as Jones slides off the course, but he doesn't hit the barrier. I don't think he just nipped it in the 98 car. And here comes Dylan Young and Chris Dodd as they come flying past, as they're going to move up to 8th and 9th. Bobby Jones has some heavy left side damage. He went off the course. He had a top 10 day going, and Bobby Jones drops down to 10th place and could fall down even more as Matthew Rodriguez is there in 11th. Ryan Acosta, who started dead last, is in 12th and is looking to get 11th place from Rodriguez here. Trying to go around the outside. How about Acosta? Started dead last year at Road America. Side by side. Looks like he's going to get this position away from Rodriguez. And indeed, he will as he comes up the hill. But Rodriguez is going to try and fight back. Oh, and Eric DeMax, 4th place. He is off the course. And Eric DeMax hits the tire barrier. And that could be his race done. He's got it a pretty good bit. And he is going to fall down the order. And it's a tough break for DeMax. He was the leading Martin Rodriguez car. Some more cars have went off the course. I think Johnny Gardner was one. Yes, he was. And Caps, the Season 6 champion. Caps also won here in his championship season. Both drivers go off in the tire barrier. At least Gardner didn't. Gardner was able to miss it. But Caps is going to go out of the race. And problems for PJ Williams in the 0CM racing car. It seems like his car has died going up the hill. Oh, and there's Dylan Schwanberg that runs into the back of him. John Art's there. Zachary Fitzwater. They've all piled into the Part 0 car. Looks like the same thing that happened at Bathurst. PJ Williams' car just died going up that hill. And out of the race they go. And there goes Jeffrey Lynn and Charles Sanford as they're going to go on by these guys. They're all going to have to pit for damage repair. Jeffery Finguy in the 92 car. He looks like he's having his hands full with Jack Halleck here. He is losing a bunch of time. Halleck's been racing this 92 car. And Jack Halleck and the 90 car really costing Finguy some time because here comes Jordan Davis. Finguy has had a 3-second lead on Davis. But man, he is really getting held up. Whoa, contact there again. Finguy is very desperate to get around Halleck. He has held him up this entire lap. And Halleck doing everything he can to keep him back. I don't know why he's racing him this hard. But Finguy's big lead has evaporated. Here comes Jordan Davis, the championship leader, running him down. And Finguy's got to be furious with Jack Halleck. Halleck has been in his way and is costing him a possible victory this afternoon. He's trying to do anything. Oh, more contact there. Finguy shoving Halleck. Oh, and Finguy may go off the course a little bit. That really upset that race car. Oh my goodness. That 3-second lead is completely gone. And Jeffery Finguy has got to be rattled under that hood, right under that helmet right now. Wow. 0.7 of a second behind is Davis. Jordan Davis looking to be the closer this afternoon. Wow, Jeffery Finguy is still, look at that, make a little bit of contact there on Jack Halleck. Pretty much very frustrated with Halleck. And Jordan Davis looking to get around Halleck here. Looks as though he will. Probably no issue there with Jack Halleck as much as Finguy was. So Jordan Davis gets around Jack Halleck with ease right there. And further back, Ryan Griffin has moved his way up to 4th. DJ Curtis continues to have such a great run this afternoon for Curtis Racing. There in 3rd. And Jesse Turner right there in 5th with Bassinger in 6th. Eric DeMax is still out there going in 7th position. And Ryan Acosta from dead last is in 8th place with his teammate with buckled up hood there. I don't know if he got in the back of somebody. Looks as though he did. He's in 9th. Rodriguez is in 10th. Bobby Jones has fell outside of the top 10. But up front, Finguy has to hit his marks because Davis is right in his mirror. Jordan Davis got such a good exit there. And he's got such great power down the straightaway as well. This is going to be interesting here. How is Finguy going to race Jordan Davis? Jeffery Finguy looking to go out on top with a win. We all know that he is stepping away from the series at season's end. Can he put a win at the end of the season? It has been a great year for Finguy. Despite a very terrible race last race, right now he would be 59 points, or actually he'd be 57 points behind Jordan Davis with this win if Jordan Davis stays behind him. But Davis is looking to gain ground, like actually extend the championship lead even more so. Ryan Griffin continues to be very solid there. He's got challenges from behind and a challenger in front of him. But this is going to be a big fight down to the end of this one. Finguy versus Davis for the win. Rodriguez to the inside of Chris Dodd. That's a race for 9th position. Dodd's aerodynamics can't be very good on that 44 Dodge. But Dodd has really picked up the pace here on the road courses. He's made good adjustments and learned a whole lot here recently. And Dodd getting his elbows out with Matthew Rodriguez, who's pretty good on the road courses as himself. And Dodd playing very defensively on Matthew Rodriguez, and Rodriguez gives him a nudge. Rodriguez wanting to get past Chris Dodd there. And Rodriguez not going to take any crap from Chris Dodd. He goes up to 9th. Looking a little outside the top 10, seeing how the runners are going. Harple's in 11th. Bobby Jones, he looked like he was on pace for a good day. He's down in 12th. 13th is Matt DeLeo. Great run for DeLeo there in the 13th position. John Arndt is in 14th with some damage there. Jeffrey Lynn, his first race back in the 76 ride. There he is in 15th. Charles Sanford's in 16th, looking to get 15th from Lynn. Side by side. Sanford trying to make that move around the outside. What a move there on Jeffrey Lynn. You got to get up very early in the morning if you want to make that move on Jeffrey Lynn. Lynn is very good here, at least on the ovals, on the road courses. I wouldn't know. Jeffrey Lynn isn't as much of a road ringer as I would say Charles Sanford. Sanford still door-to-door with Jeffrey Lynn. That's for 15th. And they're getting real racy there with each other. And Sanford looks like he's going to have the position on Lynn to take 15th away. And 17th, James Richardson, a solid run for him. 18th, Fitzporter, all things considering, a good race for him. Hoffman, after getting spun through the grass, it's good to see him there in 19th. And James Shelley in 20th. Jordan Davis has closed the gap on Jeffery Finguy. Finguy has to keep his head down right now. As we come back to the line, it'll be 3 laps to go. We have 4 laps to go right now. Jeffery Finguy does not want to give this one up. He has led already from the start of the race to now. Jeffery Finguy wants to keep Jordan Davis, of all people, behind him. Jeffery Finguy very adamant that if he didn't get wrecked at Road Atlanta by Jordan Davis, he would be right there in the title mix, if not had led the points for a good bit. That DNF really cost him. That was his only DNF of the year. And Finguy very consistent this season until out there at Bathurst when he got wrecked on the lap 1 of the race. We have another lapper right up ahead of him. And if Finguy can close this one out, it could be a momentum swing to Finguy Saitomi to try and make a comeback drive. Right now, It will be 57 points trailing Jordan Davis. If Davis is able to get out ahead of Finguy, then that would go to a 65-point trail, leaving this race, but he's racing Hayden Klein. Klein on his door, and it got him loose. Here comes Jordan Davis. Davis takes the opportunity of that, and Davis takes the lead at Road America. Gonna get another view of it. Looked like Finguy was just gonna try and go around Hayden Klein, but the Season 4 champion got on his door and loosened him up, and Finguy loses the lead to Jordan Davis. And also a little further back, I gotta give big props here to Ryan Acosta. Look at this. On a move on Eric DeMax there. I know Eric DeMax has damage, but man, from 42nd to 7th, Ryan Acosta is flying today. Man, Jeffery Finguy cannot be happy at all with any of the Ford drivers right now. But he is still right there behind Jordan Davis if he makes a mistake. He has to pressurize him. He has to stay right there and try and get him any which way he can. A little further back, Ryan Griffin on DJ Curtis for third. And Griffin, I'm telling you, he is getting better and better on the tracks that are his weaknesses. Usually Griffin at the start of the year, he would finish in between 11th and 20th most times on road courses. He just struggled that much on them. He has really made a rebound. And with this race and 2 more road courses to finish the year off, he needs to finish strong like this. But with Jordan Davis as the leader, he is still going to lose points in today's race. But it is not over between these two at the front. With 2 laps to go, Jeffery Finguy is still right there. And he can't afford to make a mistake. Jordan Davis gets a really good bite off of turn 2 there. And it really helps him get a run down the straightaway to keep Finguy from trying to make a dive bomb. But Finguy gets a draft off of him down the straightaway to reel him back in. And the gap is still very close with Finguy there in 2nd place. Further back, no challenges further back in the top 5. But Sean Harper has actually worked his way into the top 10. He's made his way around Chris Dodd, who fell outside the top 10. But the 2 leaders, Jordan Davis, continuing to nail his marks. Jordan Davis has really came on strong recently. Ever since his run at Barber in the last 6 races, he has finished 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 3rd, 4th, and 1st. But Davis, he has been so good. He's had a top 4 finish in all the last 6 races. He's been so good. It's going to be so hard to beat Jordan Davis this season. He is so experienced. A 2-time champion in the series. And looking to be a 3-time champion and try and break the record book as a 3-time champion. But today, it's all about the victory here at Road America. And Jeffery Finguy can still see it. It is right there in front of him. Can he get it back? The white flag flies one more final time around Road America. Will Jordan Davis staple a 3rd win of the season on the board? Or will it be Finguy getting his 1st win of the season? Jeffery Finguy is still right there within striking distance. If Davis makes a mistake, it is Finguy's day. Further back, still no challenges further back. Looks like Richardson has messed up. And man, Finguy messed up there in turn 2. Jeffery Finguy, that might have been it. That might have been it. Jeffery Finguy will hop into the into turn 2 and lost a bunch of time to Jordan Davis. Man, it has been unbelievable. Jordan Davis. He wasn't really the best car all weekend, but he had made his way up the running order, and he was there. He got his elbows out early in the race with Ryan Griffin, and he ran down Jeffery Finguy, another challenger in the championship. Jeffery Finguy, Ryan Griffin, Dejon Weeks is really going to hurt from this race. But Jordan Davis, back-to-back wins, it seems, as he rounds the final corners. Can Jordan Davis break the mold and be the first ever 3-time champion in the Sony Cup Series? We'll have 7 races to go after this one. Coming through the final corner, Finguy's going to be runner-up again to one of the drivers he would not want to be runner-up to at all. And Davis up the hill is going to get his 3rd win of the season and extend the championship lead even more so. Davis takes the win at Road America. It is Davis, Finguy, Griffin, championship contenders, all in the top 3. Give a great call to DJ Curtis. That team was so good all race weekend, and they made a great strategy call to leap him up the positions he was in and get him up to 3rd and only lose 1 position. DJ Curtis and Curtis Racing, they are fighting forward. 4th place. Great run for the 2-time champion. Jesse Turner sitting back there in 5th place. That's his 3rd top 5 of the year. And Jake Bassinger gets 6th place. Ryan Acosta, who started plumb last, will finish 7th. 8th place goes to Eric DeMax in that beat-up race car. I thought that car would have been out of the race after he hit the tire barrier. His teammate and boss of Matthew Rodriguez comes home in 9th. That whole organization continues to be very solid. Both cars in the top 10. And Sean Harple, I believe, gets his first top 10 since his win out at Trois Rivières. 10th place for him, and outside the top 10 is Chris Dodd. Bobby Jones, 12th. Matt DeLeo gets a great run in 13th. 14th, Sanford. And 15th, I believe, was John Art. Yes, it was. He got it away from Jeffrey Lynn, who fell to 16th. But, wow, what a race this afternoon. Jordan Davis ran down Jeffery Finguy due to some lap cars. And Davis took advantage of it. His 3rd win of the season. Congratulations to Jordan Davis. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after Road America.